Good morning. Welcome to CupO'Forex. This is David Frank with your daily video analysis for Thursday, the 6th of November. Overnight, the U.S. markets closed with record gains. This morning, Asian markets are a bit mixed. Let's get started because we have a really busy day. Let's look at the economic calendar. Already, Australia has reported their employment change for the month. We expected a change of 10,000. The number came in better than expected at 24.10 thousand new jobs for the month. Their unemployment rate came in just a little bit higher, 6.2%. Not a big deal. Later on today at 12 GMT time, the Bank of England has its rate decision as well as its asset purchase facility. Everyone's going to be watching the Bank of England. They are under an enormous amount of pressure to normalize policy and become the first Western nation to raise rates. So we're going to be watching them. Right now, their key lending rate is at a record low of 0.5%. Will they raise it today? They also so far have kept their asset purchase program steady at 375 billion pounds. What's going to happen? Also at 12:45, the European Central Bank will have its policy rate decision. We're at a record low of 0.05% with their key lending rate. What will Mario Draghi do? The ECB has to do something in order to really spur inflation as well as stop the deflationary pressures that we're seeing on the euro. Not to mention, we got economic stagnation all throughout the European Union. Will he finally do something? Will he announce a QE program similar to what the Bank of England is exiting, as well as the United States? We'll be watching and we'll be listening to what he has to say. At 13:30 p.m. out of Canada, month on month, we'll be getting their building permits. We're expecting that to come in at 6%. It really contracted heavily the month prior, minus 27.3%. At also at 13:30 out of the United States, we get their initial jobless claims. We're expecting that to come out at 285,000 initial jobless claims for the month. It came out less than expected the month previous. Expect that trend to continue. We're all going to be watching that as the labor market in the United States is continuing to firm up. Also at 13:30, we have the ECB, going back to the European Central Bank, their monetary policy statement. This coincides with their interest rate decision. We'll be listening to Mario Draghi and see what he has to say. Also coming out today at 1500, going back to Canada, we got the Purchase Managing Index coming out. We expect that to print at a nice, healthy 65.20, same print as it came out the month previous. Also today, out of the United States, we have a couple speeches by policy board members. First at 18:30 GMT, and then a little after midnight, another Fed member will speak. First member is Powell. Second one is Master. We'll be listening to see what they have to say about normalizing rates. And that takes care of the economic calendar for today. Let's get started with some technical analysis and see what's going on in the markets. Okay, let's get started with our technical analysis for today. I want to take a look at two major forex pairs as well as gold today. Why am I looking at the euro dollar today? Because of what's happening in Europe as far as the ECB policy rate decision, and we want to listen to our Draghi speech very carefully. He has not, as of right now, in the last two policy meeting decisions, his remarks and his comments haven't been strong enough. That has really weakened the euro. And as you can see, we've been falling for the last couple months from a high at around 1.36928. We have since fallen to the key technical support of 1.2500. We are currently oscillating around this right now. We're trading just below it. We're waiting to see what he has to say. We saw a false breakout with a false candlestick. We bounced back higher to 1.28500, and then came out the last ECB meeting. We didn't get what we wanted to hear, and the euro dollar weakened again back to the key support of 1.2500. The strength of the euro will hinge on what happens today. Taking a look at the hour chart, seeing pretty much the same thing. We are oscillating just at 1.2500. A little bit under it, a little bit over it, but right now there's really no clear direction to what happens until after what happens with the ECB rate decision today, as well as his speech. Next pair I want to look at is the pound dollar. Again, waiting for direction, waiting to see what happens today. There's enormous pressure, as I said, on the Bank of England to normalize interest rates, especially with the ever improving labor market. They are now at their target unemployment rate. We are oscillating around a key 1.600 level. As soon as we hear from the Bank of England, expect a little bit of movement out of the pound dollar. I want to point out that we do have an inverted head and shoulders, which is a bearish signal here. We could move lower if the BOE does not normalize policy. If they normalize policy and raise interest rates, that will support the pound, and we will see the sterling move higher. Lastly, I want to take a look at everyone's favorite commodity to trade. I'm talking about the precious metal, gold. The yellow metal has been falling like a stone in the water. We failed to crack the key technical level of 1255.10. This is supported by the 55-day moving average, and here's where we fell. And since then, we have moved lower. We had a few days of hesitation, as you can see right in here. I'm not going to move over to the 4-hour chart right now, but ever since then, you can see the bearish engulfing candlestick pattern form, and we've been moving lower ever since. Let's take a look at the 4-hour chart to see what's going on for today. Seeing a little bit of hesitation start to form, a little bit of loss of momentum on the bearish side, but we are still slightly bearish. Expect some more losses in the gold going over the next couple of days. But as far as today, we could see some consolidation before moving lower again. While we're below 1255.10, going to stay rather bearish on the yellow metal. Okay, that's it for today. Busy day. Keep your television sets on, as we got a lot of news coming out of Europe as well as England. United States a little bit later on this afternoon with employment numbers. On Friday, tomorrow, we get the all-weighted non-farm payroll. So this is a busy day and a busy week. Have a wonderful day trading. We'll talk again tomorrow.